Welcome back, and this video is going to be different in two ways. So number one is because it's a collab once again, and this collab is going to be with Matthew from Matthew's Guyanese Cooking, I believe. I'll leave his channel link in the description below, and I'll leave his video on the right side this time of your screen at the end of the video though. So, and okay, yeah, the second way that this video is different is because it's my first time cooking meat on camera. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a vegetarian, but my family, other than my sister, they eat anything and everything. So they, for some reason, like the way I make my chicken a lot, my curry chicken, and me and Matthew decided that this was a good video idea to share with everybody else here. Also, we're not fasting for anything, so it's probably a good time to do it anyway. So if you want to see how I make my curry chicken, keep watching. So what I've got here is all the ingredients that you'll need, except for oil and water, because those two things I usually just put in right before. I don't have to put them here in the recipe section. So our main ingredient is going to be the chicken. So if you're wondering what's happening to mine right now and why it looks like this, it's because it's in the process of cleaning, washing. So what I've done is I've just cut up my chicken, cleaned it of fat and skin and whatever, and I have it here soaking in a mixture of lime juice, water, and flour. So the lime juice is supposed to clean and disinfect the meat, and you can use vinegar as well, and the flour is used to remove the slimy film alongside the meat. And this is the method of cleaning most or washing most types of meat. So I've got 2 pounds of chicken here that I've just cut up and put aside. Here I've got 1.5 onions that I finely chopped up. Here I've got about 8 cloves of garlic that I've minced, and a branch of curry leaves. So some of this garlic will be used in seasoning as well. Here I've got a teaspoon of methi seeds, fenugreek seeds, a teaspoon of jeera seeds or cumin, some hot pepper. So I like to use a lot of hot pepper in my cooking, but it's up to you how you want to make this. Here I have some cut up curry leaves, so another branch that I've cut up. And I have here a bundle or about 8 leaves of bandhania that I've also cut up. Here I have 2 tablespoons of curry powder and 1 tablespoon of masala. So this is not your black amchar masala, but it is like a garam masala, a ground masala. And if you're in Trinidad, you'll be able to find this easily. If not, you can use the Indian garam masala. It works almost the same. You won't be missing out too much on the taste. And here I have a 1/3 of a cup of strong green seasoning. Now I have my video for that already up, so make sure to check that out because it is an essential part of this recipe. And I've salt and black pepper to taste. Okay, so here I've got my chicken all rinsed and it's all cleaned and washed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start seasoning. So this is an essential part of your chicken. So I'm going to start off with some salt. I'm not going to be tasting this for salt later on. So I'm just going to guess here. So I put in about a teaspoon. Then I'm going to go ahead and add in some black pepper. I'm going to add about a 1/2 teaspoon of that. And then I'll go in with some green seasoning. So my 1/3 of a cup, I'm going to add it all. And then my 1/2 of my garlic. So I have 8 cloves of minced garlic here. So I'm going to add in about 4 cloves worth. I'm going to add in 1/2 of my bandhania. So again, about 4 leaves worth of bandhania, because one bundle comes with approximately 8 leaves. And I'm going to add in my pepper. So the green seasoning has all the seasoning items you'll ever need, the pre-mixed one. But what I'm adding here is basically the basic version of green seasoning. So that's just garlic, bandhania, and pepper. Now to this, I'm going to add in my curry leaves. And this is now ready to mix up. So now I'm just going to mix everything up. So now you can go ahead and you can start cooking this right away. That's probably what I'm going to do. Or you can marinate this and let this sit for as long as you like. You can go ahead and cover it and put it in your fridge for tomorrow or whenever. It really doesn't matter, because at this point your chicken is all seasoned and it is up to you for how long you want to keep it. All you have to do is remember that the longer you keep it, the more enhanced the flavor. That being said, I'm just going to go ahead and add my oil in here. I'm going to go in with 1/8 of a cup or 2 tablespoons of oil. You don't necessarily have to use a lot of oil. In fact, you probably shouldn't. So now that my oil has gotten hot, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in my 2 whole grains. So I'm going to add in my methi seeds and my jeera or cumin seeds. And I'm just going to let this roast slightly. Next, I'm going to go in with my garlic and my curry leaves. And finally, my onions. So now that my onions have started to soften up and they've started to lightly turn brown around the edges, I'm going to go ahead and add in my curry powders. And now I'm just going to roast the curry powders in with the rest of the stuff. Now I'm going to roast in these spices or patch them for about a minute. So once these have roasted properly for the minute, I'm going to go ahead and add in 1/4 cup of water. So now that the water has dried down a little bit in here, I'm going to go ahead and add in my seasoned chicken. I'm just going to mix this up. And now I'm going to add in my bandhania, the rest of it. And now, while it's still on medium to high heat, we're going to just cover it and we're going to let it bunje down or dry down. Now this curry has dried down for the most part, but I still want to maintain a pretty thin sauce. So I'm leaving back, I'm allowing some of this water to remain back. And what I've done is I've taken my bowl which had my seasoned meat in it, and I've just added some boiling water and I've cleaned out the sides of the bowl. And this will be the water I'll throw in. And before I added in that water, it was at that point where you could have taken out a piece of that meat and tasted the actual cooking whatever to make sure you got your spices and whatever right, your salt to your liking, pepper, whatever. Again, I'm not eating this, so I'm just guessing what I'm doing here, but that's what I've been doing this whole time, and for some reason my family still likes it. So now I'm just going to allow this to boil up again, and this will be able to come off the stove. Okay, so it has come back up to the boil now. So for my family's liking, this is considered done. Now you can make the sauce as thick and thin as you like. You can completely dry it down, or you can make it a lot thinner. It depends on how you like it, depends on how it was made in the past, but this is just my way of making it. So at this point it is ready. Alright guys, so here we have it. This is my version of curry chicken. Once again, this is a collaborated video with Matthew from Matthew's Guyanese Cooking, so please make sure to check out his video on the right of the screen here and my previous video on the left over here. And also make sure to check in the description below to check out Matthew's channel on the whole and some of his other recipes. He has some pretty great recipes out there, and to be honest, I watch his videos all the time. So please make sure you try out my recipe, then go over to Matthew's channel, see his version of this, and then try out his recipe. Let's hope that you don't just have a whole bunch of chicken in your house to be able to do that in one day. But anyway, thank you guys once again for watching this video.